Well, let's find out not only whether or not Alex Turcotte is coming back, but we also need to find out who we're playing in round number 2, although if you look on screen, you already know who it's going to be, which is not great news for us. That is Alex Turcotte is back. We were able to sign him. He does have a no movement clause in years 2 through 5. But Alex Turcotte is back. And again, he has been an incredible 1-2 punch alongside Cole Caulfield. So Alex Turcotte gets paid. Let's hope I don't regret it. He's getting paid more than Jake Gensel, which is awesome. Who else has an expiring deal? Like Vanacek, again, we can look at letting go of him. He has been good for us, but I mean, whatever. Jordan Harris as an RFA. The problem is Harris only wants a 1-year deal. We're going to have some tougher negotiations with Jordan Harris, unfortunately. Jack Thompson's going to go, can you really regret that steal of a contract? Yes, if it turns out he's trash, which could happen. Which could happen, you know? All right. It's going to be the Toronto Maple Leafs in the second round for your Peg City penny pinchers. 2 high-flying offenses, 2 stellar defenses. They have thrived off of their power play, whereas our special teams so far in the playoffs have left a lot to be desired. A lot. To the point where you have to wonder, do we switch from an offensive-oriented coach to a balanced coach so that our special teams probably do a little bit better? I think that is a legitimate strategy, but I'm not sure if I'm going to go forward with it. The Leafs look like this. In 2027, Mitch Marner, Austin Matthews, and William Nylander. Calle Arncroke, John Magic Crystal Tavares, and Matthew Nyes. Beck Mallinston, Max Domi, and Oliver Wahlstrom. It's going to be the Wahlstrom Revenge series. Connor Dewar, Stephen Lawrence, and Nick Robertson on the 4th line. Some things never change, apparently. We just won our first ever playoff series. Time to change coaches. I mean, hey, we're ruthless. Morgan Riley and Adam Larson on defense. Chris Tanev, Brian Dumoulin, Nico Mikkola, and Oliver Ekman-Larsson. So you got a bit of a Seattle theme, a bit of a Florida theme. Goaltender is the Hildebeest, Dennis Hildeby. All 6'7". This game lets you swap coaches. Oh, yeah. Easton Cowan, Simone Benoit as healthy scratches right now. It is another tough series. They won 11 more games than we did in the regular season. We are very much underdogs. Game 1. Game number 1. First period, 1-0 Leafs. Morgan Riley. Second period, 2-0 Leafs. Morgan Riley. I didn't even switch off of the offensive coach. And we, God, we still can't do anything. We still can't do anything. Third period, we're down by 2. Down by 2. Akimov might be the better early prospect over Hildeby. I don't think that's a hot take. Akimov's been very, very good since the Leafs have drafted him. However, Dennis Hildeby, in this reality, is shutting us the hell down. The second I hand Alex Turcotte a new contract, we get shut out the next game. Leafs win 3-0 over the PCPP. Outshot 41-26, and Hildeby stopped them all. Honestly, Aiden Hill had a really good game, too. The offense just wasn't there. Yeah, we wasted all of our offense against Buffalo, apparently. At least that Turcotte deal, we could bail if we had to. We could. Not going to change anything yet, but if we fall down 0-2, we're probably going to have to look. First period. 2-0 Leafs. We haven't scored a goal in 4 periods. Austin Matthews and the magic amulet of John Tavares. What a fucking weirdo, by the way. Jesus Christ. We all know hockey players are fucking weirdos, but I'm sorry. Look, I guess whatever makes you feel better, but if you genuinely believe that a fucking amulet is protecting you from harmful 5G rays, you're out to lunch. You're out of your fucking mind. But hey, he's good at hockey, so who cares? Second period, oh my God, please. 5 periods of play without a goal. Dennis Hildeby. Fucking hell. 5 periods without a goal on Dennis Hildeby. We go to the third, down by 3. We are obviously going to have to look at making some changes here just to try to spark something because this has been a brutal start. Antonio gets our first goal of the series. Adam Larson gets it right back. 4-1. They love that scoreline on this occasion. Leafs have a 2-0 series lead. Damn. This has been a really, really rough start to the series. It's because Dennis Hildeby has been outstanding. Lethal, you are. You are indeed. Got a 940 save percentage for Hildeby in the playoffs. There's 6 games. 6 games, 6 wins. Leafs haven't lost. What can we do to try and change those circumstances? I think Sandin and Harris have had a relatively rough series. So let's go Sandin, McCarthy, Osborne, and Harris. For the forwards, for me, there's no doubt about it. Our best players need to be on the same line together. So it's going to be Gensel, Turcotte, Caulfield. We're going to go Ratu, Pinto, Evangelista. Yeah, highest players on the highest lines. That's the way to go. That's the way. We just got to hope it works. Aiden Hill's still done really, really well. We can't blame him. Just to look at the PP of the PCPP. Caulfield being the finisher, that's fine. Drysdale, the distributor, that's also fine. What's that second power play look like? I'm fine with whoever our coach has put there. Yeah, it's not the most powerful second power play in theory, but I'm all right with it for now. Game number 3. We need to win or we are cooked. First period. 2-1 Leafs. William Nylander, Mitch Marner on the power play, all within 2 minutes. Caulfield on the 1T. I mean, he had the 1T at the point. Olesen gets a goal back, though, so we're at least on the board. Second period. Nick Robertson, 3-1. We are in big, big trouble. Never forget the voodoo of the Alex Turcotte contract extension. It's definitely not because the Leafs are really good. It is because we gave somebody money. That is against the penny pinching way. Leafs win 4-1 and have a 3-0 series lead. We just don't have it. They're too good. They are too damn good. Damn. Well, it is not Aiden's fault, But we are going to throw a different goalie out there in Vitek Vanacek. There's not much we can really do about the Lions at this point. Yeah, Lethal, I'm going to have to ask you to leave, buddy. You're a big fucking jinx is what you are. Let's go Harris, Drysdale, Sandine, Haig. Just to, again, try something different. Just to try something different. Let's go Turcotte, Pinto, Caulfield, Gensel, Ratu, Evangelista. Do we have a first this year? No, we do not. At least not at the moment. Although Jake Gensel could very easily become that first. Game number 4. First period. 1-1. Matthew Nyes and Luke Evangelista. Second period, 2-2, Antonio on the power play, and Mitch Marner. Comes down to this, we're outplaying them, but the score's tied. We need more than that. Mitch Marner on the power play. That could be it. Vanacek, I gave you a chance to steal the series, and instead you might have lost us the series because I don't think Aiden Hill would have given up 4 goals at this point in the game. Looks like a sweep. Or in the case of the Leaves, a rake. 4-2, the final score. The Toronto Maple Leafs are 8-0 and heading to the Eastern Conference Final. That is a very depressing end to that series. Very depressing. Alex Turcotte. No points and a -6. We handed him the contract. Coincidence or not, immediately after, he fell off a fucking cliff. Cole Caulfield, though, same thing. For as dominant as they were in that series against Buffalo, the Leafs completely shut them down in the second round. Wow. Well, if we look back on this season in a positive way, I mean, I do think that we discovered that Turcotte and Caulfield are a hell of a pairing. We do need to lock down who that center is going to be between them. I don't know if it's necessarily going to be Ratu. I'm still pretty confident in my assessment that I don't want Jake Gensel here. 6 points and a -4. He's supposed to be a good goal scorer. He's not. I think we'll be taking a look at what teams, hopefully in the top 5, are willing to trade their first round pick. Yeah, again, I think we found some players that fit the team well, but we also now kind of have an idea of who is not going to be a member of this team long term. But just the final look at the playoff numbers. Obviously, I didn't go in depth with every stat, but dude, 11 points in 6 games, and then no other points in the next 4 as we lose to the Leafs. That's crazy. Yeah, like I can't be having Antonio Stranges with the same amount of goals, same amount of points as Jake Gensel. Like, that's just unacceptable from Jake Gensel. Unacceptable. I'm not happy with Shane Pinto either. And defensively, Jordan Harris had himself a hell of a series. He really did. Hell of a playoff, I should say. And then in goal, Aiden Hill was great. He has 2 years left on his deal, actually. So I feel pretty good about Aiden Hill heading in the next season. How good were the guys that we traded for? We know Luostarinen didn't do too well because Tampa was looking to trade him at the deadline. As far as I know, those are pretty much the only 2 to worry about, right? It was like Luostarinen and Rasmussen. 50 points in 37. They took a big step back compared to what they were doing here. So neither side overly benefited from the Jake Gensel trade, ultimately. So, let's find out how the playoffs pan out. And we will see how this offseason goes for us. And we do not have a pick right now until the third round of the draft. So, I am a smidge concerned, if we're being honest. The Toronto Maple Leafs go on to win the Stanley Cup. Abbotsford takes home the Calder Cup. But there it is. The Toronto Maple Leafs win the Stanley Cup, sweeping Vancouver in the final. Jesus. So, I mean, the only 3 losses they had all playoffs were to Ottawa in the Eastern Conference Final. The series went 7. Nobody else gave them a challenge except for Ottawa. Guess it makes it a little bit better that the team that we lost to, we got obliterated by, ended up winning the cup, though. Matthews, Nylander, Marner. I mean, this is, a Leafs fan's wet dream. The idea of the core of the roster actually doing this well, and it's certainly Dennis Hildeby playing that well, because, good Lord, that's one of the best goalie runs for a championship team I've seen in this game so far. So to kick off this franchise, 2 cups for the Oilers, a cup for the Leafs. Connor McDavid, now back-to-back Art Ross trophies, as well as Hart trophies, and, of course, 3 of the last 5. The Norris goes to Cale Makar for the second time in 3 seasons. David wins the thing. The Calder does go to Martone, which hurts a lot. Austin Matthews wins the Conn Smythe, previously held by Zach Hyman 2 years in a row. Vasilevsky wins the Vezina this season. Eustace and Georgiev take home the Jennings. Masterton went to Charlie Trethway. Jack Adams to Buffalo's coach. Sebastian Aho wins the Selke. Ted Lindsay Award to McDavid. Rocket Richard to Austin Matthews. In the AHL, I think it's Dmitry. I don't quite remember, but Bukhelnikov puts up the most points. Martin Pospisil was league MVP, though, in the AHL. Bukhelnikov was up there as well. Kevin Him, Rookie of the Year for Kevin He on the Lincoln Loan Sharks. Very nice. Jake Bean was your top defenseman. Philip Grubauer, top goaltender. And Perkins was the MVP of the Calder Cup winning Abbotsford Canucks. So there you go. No sleep screaming somewhere. Oh, goodness. Well, before we get to the draft, if we double check expiring contracts, Jordan Harris, have you changed your mind about anything? No, you haven't. So, by the way, 6% is now $6.1 million even is the most we can spend on a player. So we are up to $6.1 million. That's not bad. David Kampf was really good for us on the 4th line. He's a good face-off taker. He's good defensively. How much is he looking for? It's not that we can't afford it. It's just, can I find a slightly better fit for that 4th line? Really, it's not that bad of a deal that he's looking for. But I do like to make sure we have room for younger players to step into the lineup. And then if we need to get someone like David Kampf, we do. So I'm probably going to let him go. The same reason why we're going to let go of Vitek Vanacek, because Ivankovic and Gabriel Dager are about to be signed, especially Ivankovic. Progress report was next, Rowan. Don't worry. We're actually heading there right now. So Caulfield develops gold all alone. Okay. For all the breakaways Cole Caulfield's getting, apparently. I mean, I really would have preferred it to be gold 1T. But after a 47-goal campaign, 1 goal in his first 10 games, Cole Caulfield. Good amount of natural growth, some statistical growth in there. Cole Caulfield, now an X Factor. Jamie Drysdale is close as he also develops Silver Sendits up to an 89. Gensel maintains his gold, thank God, so his value won't go down by that much. Sandin, holy shit, Rasmus Sandin. Third Eye, no contest, yoink, ice pack, and send it. Absolute monster of a defenseman. Nick Hague develops relentless and unstoppable force. Jesus. Now a top 4 defenseman again, though, instead of a top 2. Turcotte gets Spinorama on top of Third Eye. What is the different PF this franchise mode? What is the different PF? I don't know. Oh, what is the difference of this franchise mode? Gotcha. Straightforward. We just have limitations on how much we can sign players to. So basically an internal cap challenge of, hey, this guy wants a bunch of money. Cool, you're not getting it here. Michael Misa, after spending the year in junior, he's insane. We know we're not going to be able to keep him long term, though. Jordan Harris develops Stick 'em Up. Very nice. Shane Pinto, unstoppable force, magnetic, and born leader. Maybe we do end up keeping Shane Pinto. Ratu develops Shutdown. Ooh, he is a 2-way as well. That's not bad. That's not bad. Luke Evangelista, he's here. Olesen not doing too bad. Aiden Hill. Weissblatt continues to be a real surprise for us. Shout out to Jackson Smith, 20 years old and 80 overall already. Holy hell. We have some damn good young defensemen. Kevin He apparently only had a +5 for attribute changes. No, he had a +1. He was Rookie of the Year. +2 poise. That's all he got for winning Rookie of the Year in the AHL. Okay. Dominic Orpik, who was our first round selection last year. We're not going to be able to sign him yet. Like, we're eventually going to lose him, too. Decent development for Osborne. Ivankovic continues to look great. Let's make them available to resign. It is cap limitations. No contract over 6% of the salary cap. Stiga, Malcolm Spence. Alessandro Diorio. Not looking too bad either. A complete stall out of progress for Sean Aitchison. That's disappointing. That's really disappointing. We definitely did get a good amount of development here and there, but some guys didn't quite take the step up I was hoping they'd make. But all right. We are not in the draft lottery, of course. The Washington Capitals and Philadelphia Flyers both move up. LA, Montreal, and Seattle round out the top 5. We need one of those 5 to want to move their pick. And Jake Gensel's the guy to use to get that done. I think we can agree on that. Blake Wheeler's gone. Thomas Tatar, Sam Gagne, Shattenkirk, Tyler Johnson, who people view as the Bruins' savior at the beginning of the season for some reason. Hopefully it works out. David Riddick, Keith Kincaid. Fair enough. Fair enough. See, I don't necessarily want to get rid of Gensel, but it's like, man, if he's going to be a playmaker, we can just get a guy who's equivalent to him that is already better set up to be a top-notch playmaker. So let's find out. Will there be an easy landing spot for Jake Gensel? No. Nobody in the top 5 wants to trade their pick. Shit. Oh my God. Nobody wants to trade a first until the Rangers at pick number 17. That's tough. Of course, this is the Landon DuPont draft. I haven't gotten to use Landon DuPont this year. I don't think Washington will go for this. But Jake Gensel, oh, dude, no, we don't have a shot in hell. Not a shot in hell. Especially because I don't have the first. I'd have to give up so much. I guess you could argue maybe like Shane Pinto's worth it, but even then we're not particularly close. Is there anybody who wants to offer a trade for Jake Gensel? Anybody that can make this easy for us? Nope. Okay. Gensel trade. Did not work out. It wasn't horrific, but it's not what we needed it to be. Is there another team looking to move a player like Jake Gensel? And we can kind of do problematic player for problematic. I don't think Jason Dickinson's going to be the guy that we're looking for. Honestly. As like a third line. Shit. He's on an expiring deal. That's real risky. Also, Ovi on Chicago. Gross. Bertuzzi's got 1 year left. It can't be Bertuzzi, right? No. Colorado. No. Yeah, Bixel wouldn't be too bad, but dude, we're going to be fucking stuck with Jake Gensel. Kevin Fiala's too expensive. Anthony Mantha's definitely... Ooh, he's actually not on an expiring deal. But he is down to being a depth forward. Montreal signed him, and he's cooked. Jordan Eberle also looking cooked. Then again, he is 37, so it's a little bit more understandable. Hamilton's too expensive. I mean, I guess there are worse players to get stuck with than Jake Gensel, but goddamn. Owen Tippett's slightly too expensive. We need them to retain salary. I mean, Noah Cates as a third liner wouldn't be the worst, but we need more than that, ideally. And Jared McCann's on an expiring deal. Landon DuPont goes to the Caps. Which is a hell of a pickup for them. Favorite team in hockey. Favorite team and player. I am a Bruins fan. My favorite player on the Bruins is David Pastrnak. Actually, might even be Jeremy Swayman at this point. Yeah, probably go with Swayman on that front. I forgot what team we were on. Oh, let's see. That's right. We were looking at Seattle. Vince Dunn, too expensive. Jared McCann, expiring deal. Chandler Stevenson, too expensive. Burakovsky, expiring deal. Oof. Dude, there is just no great trade for us here. Saad, we saw before, is way too expensive. Lawson Krause on an expiring deal. Third line scoring forward's not too promising. Martin Fehervary. I mean, I don't have space for him right now unless Jordan Harris leaves. So there is just no great option here. Except hoping that like the Rangers, who are looking to trade that pick around pick 17, we just have to hope that there's still somebody there. 2 years out. Noel Stenlund we don't know enough about. Kai Helmanen, not too bad. Gilroy 1 year out, 1 year out. I mean, there's some decent players as far as we are aware. Maybe nobody too crazy. But some decent options about a year out. Is that enough? Is that enough? Siebel, I actually didn't even see the other message that you posted. Like, I literally don't see it in chat. That's weird. So hopefully you don't think I was ignoring you or something. But I see the one you just posted. So, God, we're kind of stuck here. We are kind of stuck here. In terms of getting proper value for Jake Gensel, we're stuck. That sucks. That really sucks. Again, like defensively, we're probably going to end up having to move some people out, and that's fine. We don't know what's going to happen with Jordan Harris. Evangelista, to be honest, I'm not against trading. Like, he should be a two-way forward, not a playmaker. He's set up as a playmaker, But the problem is that I'm not getting the chemistry that I necessarily want. So it's not that he's a bad second liner. It's just he's not going to be exactly what we need him to be because he's refusing to change player type. And Weissblatt, honestly, the problem is him being... him as a third liner is fine, I guess. His defense developed more than I thought. I guess there is somewhat of an argument of keeping Gensel one more time, for one more go-round, but he's getting older, and I just don't like the idea. I just don't. But yeah, no teams wanting to trade their first-round pick. Sucks. Will somebody in the top 5 do something stupid? No, they all pretty much took who they should have. As long as we trade into the top 10, though, we should be okay. We know Fitzhenry isn't a medium elite. Graveloff, Scantleberry. Brock Cripps does turn into a beast from what we saw. So maybe we target pick number 10 from Calgary and just see if somebody good falls to us. Of course, Calgary doesn't have interest in Gensel, meaning we'd lose even more value on the deal. Does Anaheim have value, or do they value Jake Gensel? Of course not. All right, I'm admitting defeat. I'm just not going to get the return for Jake Gensel that I want. I'm admitting this. I accept it. It is what it is, but we're definitely going to use Gensel to try to trade up here. What year are we in? 2027. Let's see, I just need to take on somebody here. It doesn't matter who. Honestly, give me the signing rights to Blake Coleman. I'm good with that, because maybe we'll keep him. Wow, and then they have no picks until the 5th round. Crazy. Let's safety net it a little bit. Game. Thank you. I mean, if this goes through, I think we recover from this Gensel situation pretty well. Depending on who that 10th overall pick ends up being. There it is. Jake, have fun in Calgary, buddy. Have fun. It just didn't work out here. New Jersey takes Fortsoff. Detroit gets Probathal. Utah at 8 takes Jacobson. Anaheim at 9, Pelosi. Meaning, we are going to get the defenseman Brock Cripps with the 10th overall pick. Again, he turned into a monster in the last franchise that we did, but that might have been because he was on Edmonton, Could be. But Brock Cripps is our choice. 72 overall, medium elite. Not bad. Bit lower than I thought he was. There is going to be the question of do we want to sign him immediately and play him or not? Yeah, the other P line is Pavo Line, who is real. And Ferris, yeah, I wasn't sure if alerts went out for everybody or not tonight. But yeah, no couch victory tonight. No couch victory. Let's be honest. Cowboys losing on Sunday Night Football. That's typical. Why would that put me to sleep? That's common. We'll have some decisions to make with Brock Cripps, but I'll take it. I'll take it. I do still have some other players that I am very much debating getting rid of. The Shane Pintos of the world, the Luke Evangelistas. But we'll see. We'll see how this plays out. We're not really going to have the value to trade up. Twitch and YouTube your full-time job at the moment. Shockingly, yes. But it's not a real job. Keep that in mind. As anybody will tell you. Especially Endo if he's here. All right. Do we have any steal potential here? There is a medium elite German goaltender, Ralph Benda. He's an overager. But that's just good trade value right there. Gem? That guy's got to be a low 6 forward, right? He's got to be. No confirmed low elites. No confirmed medium sixes. Medium starter goalie and Uldrich Krejci. Okay. So we're at pick number 83. When's our next pick after this? 89. Cool. We'll take those two guys now then. Works for me. So let's go for Adam Grantham, and we'll hope that he is half decent. He's a medium six. That's okay. First round went well. Second round, we got just dunked on by the Leafs, who went on to win the Stanley Cup. All right, and let's take Ralph Benda. 59 overall, medium elite. Again, 19 years old as well. That's just pure trade value. So that's fine. Pick number 99 at the end of the third round. We're just going for whoever here. Tuukka Piispanen. Aiden Robertson. Marcus Obergauer. Don Stanton. Ulf Magnus. Ooh, 6'5" center. I like 6'5" centers. Terry Brown. Yeah, whatever. It's still early enough. We should probably just be going for these guys and hoping for the best. Let's go for Karel Olish. Steve Karel Olish. Hey, medium elite. Okay. That worked out pretty well. Wasn't expecting that. 49 overall. Pure trade value for the son of Rostislav Olish, at least in my head canon. Who else do we have? Jaden Nemish. A lot of guys projected around the 200s. Fuck it. Let's go for him. Jaden Nemish, another goalie. Medium fringe. Okay. Just throwing darts at the board and seeing what happens, but we did our damage previously. Gene McCutcheon. Medium bottom six grinder. Okay. We also have Nolan DeMarchi. DeMarchi? DeVinci? Another medium bottom. Six forward. So far, these attempts at steals not working too well. We got two more here. Let's go for Miles Stewart out of Saginaw. Low 4. And round number 7. We can either go for Antropov for that guaranteed medium starter goalie. Let's go for Kirill Antropov. Medium 7th. Okay. Good to put him in the NHL preseason roster, get in the boost. Yeah, I mean, again, with the rookies, it's the conversation of, do you want to try to get them to develop quickly? Or do you just let them develop, leave them as unsigned, or sign them and do the ELC slide, and just accept that after their ELC that they're just, gone and going to be ineligible for you to sign. There's a couple different ways to go about it, as we've learned. All right. So as we mentioned, VTech, we're going to drop for now because Jack Ivankovic is going to get his chance to be the NHL backup next year. Yeah, he's the guy. Signed into his ELC. Gabriel Daigle will also be signed to his ELC. Kind of a tough call with Deno, Benda. Nemish, I don't think we'll invest in. I do wonder if Benda would develop at all. Not sure if he would. We'll leave him unsigned for now, but I'm debating signing certain people for preseason training purposes. Jordan Harris, qualifying offer is good for us, but the contract he wants... Okay, well, he wasn't looking for a 5-year deal previously, so that's good. That is good. I need to drop the asking price down to 6.1. That's the most that I can offer anybody. Do you think they'll patch the laggy menus? I hope so, but I have only really ever run into the super lag once. I've just gotten lucky somehow. If we take off that no movement clause, even without the no movement clause, we're looking okay. What if we do the modified no trade clause? Give you 50%. 5 years at 6.1 mil. Modified no trade clause. Jordan, if you're willing to accept that, I'll keep you. We'll see what Jordan Harris says. Jack Thompson. Good in the AHL. NHL-wise, he doesn't have the skating. He's not terrible, but he's 25 years old. I just don't see how he's going to make it. And there's no point in qualifying him because it's just... unless, we have the numbers. But Fiddler needs to sign his ELC. So let's sign Blake. I find the whole game laggy, especially editing lines. I mean, that's fair. They know that people have had some slowdown issues with the menu. Maybe I'm just... I don't know. Maybe I'm just focused on other shortcomings and I'm like, whatever. I don't know. Mr. Prudhomme. Old Jonathan only has 63. Sorry, Johnny. I don't think you're going to make it. I don't think you're going to make it. We just won't sign you. And Thompson, I have too many defenders as it is. Yeah, we're just going to drop Jack Thompson. So, right wing side. Blake Coleman, who we haven't talked to at all yet. Damn. Good point production for Calgary last year. The plus-minus was dreadful. I mean, as a third-line checking forward, yeah, he would be pretty damn good. But the question is, what does he want money-wise? That's not too bad. That's not too bad. Problem is, that is Weissblatt's spot. So, I mean, if I could play Coleman on the fourth line and he wouldn't complain about it, that'd be a different story, and maybe that's what we could try. Yeah, maybe that is what we'll try. 1 year deal drastically drops his interest. Can I save some money here, even though we have plenty of salary space? 12 team, no trade. Yeah, 3.65. We'll see if Coleman accepts that. Schmitty. Cameron Schmidt. Sign you to your ELC. No one else to worry about yet. Left wing side. We're not signing or a pick to his ELC yet. Again, once we do, we get 3 years with him, and then he's going to be too expensive for us. Like, that's just how it's going to go with certain prospects in this timeline. Lyndon Lakovic, we need to sign you to your ELC. Karamov. Man, we got a lot of guys signing ELCs here. Even Carrier is not bad. Do we have the roster space? We do. And then for the centers. David Camp, for now, we have to drop. We're not going to sign Diorio for the same reasons that we've talked about. Same with Rogowski. Nesbitt. I think I'm going to say no to that. Like, he's not bad. Neither of these two are particularly bad. But I just don't know if we're going to have the space. I mean, maybe we would. Screw it. Let's sign him. Why not? Well, we're up to 48 contracts. Yeah, sorry. Sorry to Jack Nesbitt. You're out of here. An old Cash Coke. You're also not going to be signed. I need some roster spots that I don't want you guys taking up. So if we advance day, Coleman rejects. Jordan Harris is going to be back for the next 5 years, though. Okay. That's not bad. Blake Coleman rejecting that offer is kind of annoying. I'll give him the offer he was looking for then. You'd think that he would have wanted a little bit more security as opposed to money. Anyway, if he doesn't believe in this team, I don't want him here. Okay, I think we're good. Why didn't he just say that in the fucking first place? Also, what do you mean? You were on goddamn Calgary. I did make the playoffs last year. Goddamn. Goddamn, Blake. Goddamn. All right. We'll handle the coaching staff first, because literally we only have 4 people. Banting. Craig Banting. Craig Great Banta. Bump you up to $9 million because, of course, we don't have to penny pinch everywhere, just most spots. You know? Joshi. Jose Oshie. It's going to be up to $9 million as well. I think it is. Okay, there we go. And then there was one more A-. Lutzer. Elliot Lutzer. Is this also going to be all the way up to... It should be 4 million something, right? Nope, all the way up to 9 million. All right. So you gave in to not doing players. You got to do what you got to do. You got to do what you got to do. Husky, if you tell Monk to get a screenshot of it, I'm sure he'll do it. And this is the big year to finally try to sign a whole lot of scouts, which, again, had I signed a bunch of C-rated scouts previously, now would be the time where I'd have to firewall them and then send out these offers. So, we saved a little bit of time. A little bit. All right, so offers to every single A- grade, and there we go. So on the free agent list, speaking of Monkey Dude 22, like Monkey Dude 44, Weird Blues games, no one's around anymore. I go away for a day, and all of a sudden, no one's around anymore to play anything. Why do I gotta be the one that gets us all together? Why is it gotta be me? Unless that's people admitting that I am, in fact, the captain. The captain of Medium Elite, of course. People are lazy, no heart. See, that's what I agree with that statement. I agree. Monk, how are you, by the way? All right, free agency this year. 6.1 is the most amount of money we can sign somebody to. There are 4 RFAs, Fabian Lysell, Ville Heinola, Arbor Jacki, and I forget your name. Dylan James. There you go. James is okay. Lysell, I mean, we just don't want to give up the draft picks to do it. Technically, we could go after Arbor Jacki for the fun of it, but I'm sure because he's an RFA, they'd match any deal. And Dylan Garand is the only goaltender. Okay. What do we have for UFAs? In goal, Sam Montembeault is the top name. We don't need anybody up there. Andreonov. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm probably going to wait a week and see what prospects are left. Just because I don't want to immediately get all the top prospects that the AI are too dumb to sign. But there is a low elite in Tarasov. Top defenseman, Alex Pietrangelo, Artyom Zub, Fowler, Drew Doughty. Yikes, this is not a great year for free agency. DeBrincat's out there, Zuccarello, Backlund, Giroux. Not a great year for free agency. So I'm not too upset about that, if we're being honest. Not at all. So let's see how many of these coaches and scouts we end up with. That's probably even more important than adding more solid prospects. Old Joshi ended up signing. Again, I hate that I have to respond to every single one. Why can't there just be the mailbox system again? Where this scout accepted. Sorry, I didn't. Yada, yada. Every single scout. All right, let's get to the 7th. Well, and then, yeah. Yeah, we'll say Wednesday the 7th is fine. All right, anybody left on the free agent list is fair game. Andreonov did end up signing. There are 3 medium starters. Culp I wouldn't sign, but there was Frolov and Luv Harenstam. Love Dr. Semyon Frolov is also a big fucking goalie. Let's double check how many goalies we have signed right now. Let's double check. Let's see. Oh, that's right. We don't have our first round pick this upcoming year either. Thank you, Jake Gensel. 2, 3, 4, 5. In fairness, now could be a good time to move on from Korhinen and Kazayev. Yeah. And then sign both those medium starters. Okay. So that'll be a pretty straightforward move then. Goalies. Kazayev, nobody wants you. Korhinen for Willis. Nashville, can I interest you in 2 goaltenders? For no particular reason. No, I can't. Well, I'll tell you what. I don't want Willis. I don't need him. I don't want him. You keep him. What about you give me a nice, shiny 3rd round pick of your own? There's no way that goes through. I still want that 3rd round pick, though. We had a couple of scrub-a-dubs that I missed out on in the last draft. What if we had Antropov, DeMarshy, and McCutcheon? Still no. Wow. Okay. Okay. Would Wilson make the difference? It would break my heart. Huh. He did. Poor Wilson. Poor Wilson. Kazayev, I need another team that is currently interested in a goalie in New Jersey. Sure. I got a couple 4ths for this guy. How about a 4th? Can I interest you in some scrubs? How about Nemish, who is terrible, and Deno, who's tall? There you go. All right. So moved out the goaltenders that we've kind of moved beyond the need for. UFA goalies, we'll go for Luv Harenstam to his ELC. And we'll also sign Frolov. Why not? Why not? Defensively, the low elite Tarasov is still there. We won't worry about Novoselicev or Kern. But Tarasov is promising. High 6s? Ooh, Schustrom. 74, 20 years old? Yes. Secondary warship. Haven't been here in forever. Well, I'm glad you're here now. And you're right, you haven't been here forever. But I hope you have been well. I hope. What's going on? God, forwards. Focus, idiot. Focus. Do we have any other No, we don't actually have any other prospects. I mean, you could argue like Martinek's not that bad, but the good thing is we don't even really have that many roster spots left. So, any high 9s that are half decent? I should check that really quickly. Started a whole new channel. Figured a fresh start was better than a rebrand. That's fair. That's fair. I mean, obviously the emote gives it away a little bit, but that's fair. I didn't know though. I got to drop you the old follow there. So you had that account just hanging out for a while though. Oh, that's not even the one. Never mind. Unfollow that channel, I guess. Or am I following that channel? I'm confused. It's fine. This is the that is the dab one. Well, what the hell's the other one? How many channels do you have? Who are you people? Oh, we got to set up all the off-season focus stuff. Ford Focus, brought to you by Chevrolet.
I'm just trying to walk through this fucking grass.
Just this one. Are you sure? Just that one. And the other one that you have. And the other one. The other one was a free viewer. What a guy. What a guy. All right, let's get through this preseason training stuff because, again, still worth it. Time consuming, yes, but the juice is worth the squeeze. But that does mean, Chad, I need you to give me something to talk about, goddammit. I don't care what. Give me something to talk about. It's a big sports day. Plenty of stuff to talk about. Stream dead or internet dead? Uh-oh.